he will never know, and they will never know him. Because of his financial tenacity that he has equipped his clients with, there are future widows and widowers who might have lost their mates but won't have to lose their homes. There are grandchildren and even great-grandchildren who have not yet been born but whose college dreams will become realities. Because some family member in literally thousands of homes, after being contacted over and over and over and over again, aka harassed, and for you tech savvies, hashtag stalked, but because they finally said, come on in and let me hear what you have to say, they have changed the financial outlook for future generations to come. He goes by many names depending upon when and where you met him. He might be called Cedric, Mr. Robinson, SP, Cedric the entrepreneur, Peyton, but I'm proud to call him Daddy. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Cedric Peyton Robinson.
Wow, that's why I don't like her to introduce me. I think that I got this mic a little bit too late because, you know, they shouldn't have fed me, but I'm ready to go to sleep. The mission that I have today, as Maquita has so eloquently presented, is to talk about the past to remember, our present to celebrate, and our future to embrace. Now, first of all, to give me a message like that, and only to give me 21 minutes, I think that was a little mean of them. But how can you put all of that in 21 minutes? So I've been laboring, trying to fit all that in. It is, and I'm going to call you guys Excelsior. Is that a word?
Sure.
Well, that's a Cedricism. Excelsior. It is with pride and excitement that I acknowledge our local chapter, our national chapter, the leaders of our local chapter, Ms. Naomi Lee, the members of the dais, and my wife, and all of the distinguished guests, family, friends, as we celebrate our 50th anniversary of Excelsior. I am honored to be the speaker for the 43rd reunion. Now, the last time that I stood up here before you was back in 1974. And at that time, we had our second annual reunion. And that was 41 years ago. I, like many of you, had hair. I had a beard. And we thought we could go out and conquer the world. But from that time to now, 41 years later, I stand here again. And it was joy that I'd like to first welcome all of you to the comeback city. Many tried to count us out, but Detroit is a viable comeback city. We have much to offer here. We have restaurants, retail businesses everywhere, a walk up a downtown, riverfront full of activities, nightlife, theaters, scenes are electric, and the streets are high energy with a round-the-year festival. We have our exclusive, the Henry Ford Museum, America's greatest history attraction, the Charles A. Wright Museum of African American History, the nation's largest museum dedicated to the preserving of African American history. And we have Motown, the world music capital that was ushered out of here, and they took it to California. So I join you with our mistress of ceremony by welcoming you to the comeback city. The comeback is what Excelsior students understand. I came from Big Auger, Squire, Inwell, Jacobs Fork. Okay, maybe I don't know where I came from. Because we could just write a name on a piece of paper and we would get it. You know, you didn't have to have an address, just put any of those things down. All I know that it was just a very small place, and my father worked in a coal mine like many of your parents. My mother was a housewife. Today she wouldn't be married to the house, she would be called a homemaker. I had 2 brothers, 2 sisters who were acquainted with hard work, and all of them are here but one. We drank from a well and had an outdoor toilet. A couple of you people here, we shared that well together, Ellen. And we would go dip water out of it and take it home. And so we came from modest beginning. With ingenuity, my dad decided to dig us a well, and he created a way for us to have an indoor toilet and running water. In terms of doing that, I called him a genius, and basically he was my hero. I am acquainted with the past that the Excelsians had. Our past was full of challenges, controversies, and contributions. Robert Louis Stevenson said, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant." So 50 years ago, Excelsior started planting the seeds. I'm not talking about up on the hills. They started planting the seeds with a few students. And now, a half a century later, the harvest has been plentiful, stretching to every corner of the world. The West Virginia State Educational Journal and the Welch Daily News is where I obtained some of this information from. It highlights that both our Excelsior Elementary and High School was established in the Pennington building. And we have some Penningtons here. Mr. David Coleman was the principal, and of course he passed away in 1921, and Mr. James Woody finished the term as acting principal. In 1923, on a Monday morning in September, Miss Willa Coleman with the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th grades, accompanied by Mrs. Gertrude Smith, took the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade, and they marched to the Pennington building, which became Excelsior High School. Big Creek District Board of Education established a charter for them. Before that time, the only charter was Burwood High School, and that was the only official school at that particular time. But traveling was so difficult, and it took the students so long until they had to establish something else. And so on October the 16th, 1923, the district voted to establish Coalwood, Excelsior, and War High School. Newspaper lists the Excelsior High School football team as the Bearcats and the Blue Streaks in 1927. Later, the team evolved into the Lions. Go Lions! Go Lions. In 1933, the state voted to abolish the district board system and consolidated all the old districts into the County Board of Education. Excelsior and the new Big Creek High became part of McDowell County Schools. The Excelsior High School building was constructed in 1938. We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading our paths through the blood of the slaughter, out from the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast. During the era of segregation, Excelsior High School athletic team were member of the West Virginia Athletic Union, the government body for the state segregated high school, and the Secondary School Athletic Commission was the counterpart for the all-white schools. And then after the Brown versus the Board of Education in 1954, all the black schools in the northern area of the state closed between 1954 and 56, and they went to the secondary schools. During that time, Excelsior held out until the latter part of the decade. And in 1958 to 59 school year, the students enrolled into the secondary school. And the reason that Excelsior held out was because we had such wonderful teachers. We knew that going to the white schools was going to be a reduction in the quality of education that we got. So they held out as long as they could. The average school students there was 250 to 350 students per year. Excelsior closed in 1965 with its students being sent to Big Creek High. Now that was exactly 50 years from now. This is why we're celebrating that. Do we have any students from 1965 in the building? Okay, let's stand up for them. Okay, very good. That was the last of them. Mary Kay Ash of Mary Kay Cosmetics said, aerodynamically, the bumblebee should not be able to fly. But the bumblebee doesn't know that, so it just flies. But if the bumblebee never tried, it would not be able to fly, but it can fly. It's the start that stops most people. However, we knew there at Excelsior what not starting was because we came from a legacy of bumblebees, such as our dynamic principles. Now these were guys and through Excelsior that would not allow you to not start. They would push you. The principals starting with David Coleman, Senior, James Woody, Willie Coleman Simpson, Courtney B. Wright, P.C. Johnson, H.P. Sanders, R. Honeycutt, J. Cortez Cooper, J. A. Shelton, Harry Brown, and Gertrude Wright Lewis. Those are our principals. Now, if any of you find any additional information, I'd like for you to get it to me, because what I'd like to do in putting all this together, I'd like to put it together once and for all, so in the future when someone gets ready to find the information, they can go to YouTube or go to our Excelsior members Facebook page and get it. These principles ensured that we would be able to, and I'm going to use the word fly like the bumblebee. The past records that we received hand-me-downs from the white schools. We got inferior books from them. We got old tools to work with. But our students still excel, scoring highs on national tests, even though we got the leftovers. They were highly educated, the principals were, with undoubted skills and abilities. They transferred us to the spirit of excellence. These are our heroes and sheroes who created exponential growth throughout the world. Now, there was about 40 students, and we've been in business for about 50 years. So that's about 2,000 students that came through there. And with these 2,000 students, I figured that with the average family having maybe 10 people, then that gave them about 20,000 people that was associated with Excelsior. And then with those 20,000, you figure with grandchildren and things. So right now, there should be, with great-grandchildren, close to 2 million people throughout the world that came from the exponential growth of the people that the principals sent out. Not counting all of the school teachers, the various people that work with other children and families to help them, I would say that Excelsior if there was a way for us to captivate it, I would say that there's 3 to 4 million people that came from that little school that have been helped throughout the world. Now, let me just tell you one time all the teachers that I could find. John Mackey, Monetta Lipson Cooper, Laura B. Cooper, Harold Cooper, James Pettigrew, Noah Young, Louisa Mahanahan, John P. Cooper, B.J. Taylor, J.W. Cooper, Eleanor Harrison, David Duke Coleman, Gertrude Lewis, Virginia Thompson Craig, George Simpson, Stanley Ross, Don Lee Pitcher, Harry Monroe Sr., Mary McLean Ross, P. Ahmed Williams, Ruth Carter, Gertrude Lewis, Norrell Heath Carroll, Florence Wood, Mrs. Goforth, Lita Giss, Inez Cooper, Wilma Carroll, Artist Kate Hart, Emma Neil Trapp, Ruby Clark, and Sheila Higginbotham. These were the people that helped us to turn knowledge into dreams. Right now, are there any descendants of any of these principals in the room? I did see one Simpson here. Okay, one over here. 2 Simpsons over here. Mr. Simpson, he was one of my favorite teachers. All right, and thank you for having a grandfather like that. All right. Okay. I don't know what your dreams are. I don't know if you work hard towards your dreams. I don't know if you ever thought of leaving a legacy for the next generation. But I do know that if there's a dream within you, you have been given the stuff to make them come true. I remember our teachers at Excelsior who spent tireless hours, days and years, instilling in us the ability to initiate our dreams. They taught us that we are blessed and highly favored. You have greatness within you. Our past say you will fly. Let me continue to put it in focus for you. I remember back when I was 40, and I went to a Silverdome, and Michael Jackson was there, and I was on the bleachers doing the moonwalk. That's the way I celebrate my 40th birthday. Well, to show you how looking into the future, last year the music was playing, and Michael Jackson, I was listening to it, and I remember doing the moonwalk last year. But I looked down at my feet after looking in a mirror, and they weren't moving. But in my mind, I was still doing the moonwalk.
Oh, this is safe.
Our past to remember, our present to celebrate, and our future to embrace. Sing a song full of faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of the new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. I want to quickly take you on a little journey with me and use your imagination. And with your imagination, Excelsians have left the imprint in the sands of time, both in the state of West Virginia and in the world. We have helped forge a community of independence, distinctiveness, and freedom. Our Excelsior heritage demands that we continue striving for excellence. Not everyone is up to climbing the mountain. I said that because in Greece, there's a mountain that's called Mount Olympus. And only the few people live at the top of the mountain. And these are the people that had certain drives, people that could endure the discipline, confidence, focus, and commitment that it takes to get to the top. This was a challenge given to all of us by our families, the principals, teachers, and staff at Excelsior. And boy, were we ready to climb the mountain. From all corners of the world, we have made our mark on society. First, I want to commend the people sitting before me this evening that have come over every type of terrain with no books, old books, racism, classism, politics, poverty, no medical care and healing, but you still climb. Yet we're sitting here tonight as winners. And let's give yourself a hand. The world recognized Excelsior students, and I'm going to name just a few here, that have been recognized throughout the country. Mr. Irvin Griffith, he's the Dean of West Virginia College. Dr. Reginald Best speaks 5 languages, was a professor of a university. Hugh Evans, the first black NBA star, referee. Albert Reed, actor on Good Times. Herman Jones, retired colonel. Samuel Harrell, a general. Robert Gresham, NFL football star. Miss Carolyn Morton Darden, publisher, extraordinary business person. And she's one of our own here in Michigan. Robert Stevens, general. Kenneth Gray, the only African-American judge, advocate general core program, JAG, that's what we call JAG. And he's currently vice president of student affairs at West Virginia State College. Booker Stevens, judge. These are only a few who entered the doors of Excelsior to leave in our present the ability of the bee to get it done, even when they were not supposed to. It wasn't meant for them to do that. Or perhaps our heritage and legacy come from those who have created an atmosphere of quiet consistency. Borrowing a quote from Muhammad Ali, they and we float like a butterfly and stung like bees. We must pause and embrace our future in the present time. We must attack the future like a Jedi, because our memories of the past just might distract us. Presently, we need to, you may identify some of these things in terms of going into the future. You and your teeth don't sleep together. You try to straighten out your wrinkles in your socks and discover you're not wearing any. It takes 2 or 3 times to get up off the couch. Your idea of a night out is sitting on the patio. You step off the curb and look down one more time to make sure the street is still there. Getting lucky means you remember where you left your car in the parking lot. Everything hurts, and what doesn't hurt doesn't work. You sink your teeth into a steak and they stay there. You wonder how you could be over the hill when you don't even remember being on top of it. You have more hair in your ear and nose than on your head. You go to your grave wondering why the state took your driver's license. It is noted that our alma mater closed the door in 1965, and yet the discipline, confidence, commitment, and focus that were instilled in the students will surpass a building, it will surpass the state, and it'll even go past you all. Peter Drucker said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. All acts that are performed in the universe begin with the imagination. Are you still journeying with me? Quickly, as I get ready to close, just continue seeing the life of Excelsior. Don't get sidetracked while one person hesitates because he feels inferior to the task. Another one is busy making mistakes and continue to press on or become superior. The only thing that we can leave behind is a legacy. Our future lies in how we transfer this grace that we have experienced to a generation. Take a moment now, and let's see how we can do that. You see, I'd asked my daughter and my children to come, since I was going to be here, because there's a need to have more of the future generation to help us to carry on the Excelsior. And the only way to do that, because, you know, like every year we get smaller and smaller and smaller. Imagine, what if you had your grandson, your granddaughter, or even your great-grandchildren, and where you had planted the seed, imagine them harvesting the best from the tree. See him or her discovering the cure for cancer, creating a formula for extending life, or breaking the code for the ultimate stem cell treatment for Alzheimer's or HIV. See him or her as the administrator of a school system that invokes excellence on children in spite of the inequity. Children are a heritage from the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward, declared Psalms 147:3. Every day we awake with the yearning in our mind. Even 50 years later, we are in the mode of celebration. It is our privilege to carry on the visions of the founder, Lorraine Cameron Anderson. This vision must not die. Our goal is to pass the torch of excellence onward. We must encourage our young people to become part of our joy and work, in order that we might continue to strive into the future. And I have 6 things to tell you that I'd like for you to do, and then I'm finished. Get others to join and become part of our Excelsior social media page. Go to Facebook, Excelsior High School. Seek out the involvement of your children and grandchildren. Seek their expertise and suggestions and implement them into a new format of Excelsior growth. Develop a network to let others know that our offsprings are accomplishing. Take charge and help your community as a social community advocate. Decide today to send finance to expand our scholarship program. Adopt a futuristic cause and help it to become part of the present. Identify 20 advantages of being an Excelsior and tell them to your youth. Create fun and enjoyable activities of interest. Develop ways to honor members of Excelsior each year. After all, they are our living legacy. I end this statement. We came from Excelsior, which means, Webster Dictionary, superior quality. That's how it's superior quality. Some people use that word meaning successful completing a mission. I want you to say this for me 5 times. I am Excelsior.
I am Excelsior. I am Excelsior. I am Excelsior. I am Excelsior. I am Excelsior.
Thank you, Cedric. Let's give him a wonderful hand and a standing ovation.
Thank you. Minister, who am I going to carry upstairs today? David Ruffin sisters, y'all sit down.
I can't tell you who to sock it to.
I get on the baby.
She got it.
Thank you, Louis, you and the helicopter. Thank you very much. I think we got one more act in the house. They said the door's sitting on the place. Raise your voice. 55, what's it? And that's down. Well, we're originally going to give everybody at that wedding table a prize. What we're going to have to do, we would cheat me up, but we're going to only get 10 prizes. So what we're going to give 5 to this table and 5 to this table. And the rest of y'all will dust them out when you get to your room. Okay? Now, on a serious note, why she's going to listen, we're trying something new, what we're doing with the servers. Serve food, but listen, please do not be rude to these people because they are breaking their butt to serve us. So please do not be rude. Well, true, I'm one of y'all and I know how you can act, so please do not be rude. My wife is good. God bless you. We're gonna do some little hustle stuff and little this and little that, because I know we're in drama ready to dance. Oh, we're gonna do the trivia thing. Now, how you gonna work that? D? See, D my boss. Okay.
Oh, I saw you walking down Michigan Avenue.
Because she said I was sleeping with her sister. She crazy, you would never sleep. A lot of church folks love it. Can we do circle dance now? Is that possible? See, y'all maybe wait.
Somebody learn something.
You know, brother and son. You know, God made me funky. I believe that. Straight to the rock. Oh yeah, you know. Seeing a beat like this makes me want to go back, you know, back in the 70s, you know. Something like my man James Brown would say. Hey, yeah, you know, God made me funky. And I'm just glad he made me that way. You gotta get ready. Don't let that voice fight you out. You know what I'm saying? Soul brothers, soul sisters. Put your fist in the air. Say, yeah. Something real, old school tip. Oh yeah. You know what I can say is that God made me funky. And I'm glad he blessed me that way. Yeah. That's what it's saying. You know, we gotta get together. Clean up the neighborhoods. Make it better. Make it all good. And it starts with them. You know, it's time to put up. Shut up. You know, we gotta make a change somehow, some way. As my man Bill would say. Oh yeah. You know that God made me funky. And I'm glad he blessed me that way. Yeah. Get up, put it down the street. And once again, well, I like to swear. Yeah. It's time to move on. Before you get loose, you know, God made me funky. And I'm glad he made me that way. Yeah. Taking off on that spaceship up to, you know, the funkiness. The promise. Must I say it again? Yeah. God made me funky. And I'm glad he blessed me that way. So I'm funky brother. And when I'm talking about the funk, I'm not talking about a smell, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a groove. It's a groove that most brothers can't achieve. You know what I'm saying? You got to get to get some of this, you know what I'm saying? To understand a groove like this, you got to be funky. And if you ain't funky, hey, I don't worry about it. Because you can't understand my groove. My groove is so complex, you know, it comes from way back, you know. Like I said, Silver Spray, James Brown. Yeah, back in the top. You know, when funk is all we had, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like a Lions quarterback.
You know, God made me funky. And I'm glad he blessed me that way. So here we go. Here we go.
Well, I miss going to the gym again.